those of you who are new to Tarot Pick-a-Card readings, here's some advice when choosing your piles. Try to clear your mind, close your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath, open your eyes, and let your intuition be your guide. Choose your pile, and the timestamps will be listed down below in the description box. We'll see you for your readings. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's reading. Today is another pick-a-card reading, as you're well aware. This is a message from the Divine Father. Any masculine energies that you identify with, that you resonate with, that help you in your time of need, whoever you pray to or speak to or communicate with, whoever brings you comfort and guidance when you're having a hard time. This is who is coming through today to give you a message for the rest of the year of 2021. Okay, for those of you who chose pile number 1, you chose this card right here. And this is, this is Change and Transition, Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. So it seems like for the year 2021, there's going to be some adjustments that you're going to be making. And for some people, change can be a scary thing, which is okay, because if you're a creature of habit, you don't want things to change because it's unsettling, it's disturbing, it can give you anxiety. But the good thing about change is that it always brings a new beginning. So you always have something to look forward to, even though the transition, it's always the transition. Like you're in your comfort zone and then here comes this change. You have to make a transition into a new way of doing things, and that can be very stressful. But always after that transition, when the new way of living, the new reality comes in, then you can get like a new lease on life. Like you feel new and refreshed, and maybe new scenery, new atmosphere, new company, and that brings you to a higher heights. Like it brings you to a new version of yourself. So this is a good thing. That's something to look forward to in 2021. All right, so let's get ready for get into your tarot cards here, and then we'll do the oracles after. So the first card that we have here is the Six of Cups. Okay, these cards are kind of holographic. I don't know if you can see it that well. And then we have the Three of Swords. Okay. Then, lastly, we have the Seven of Wands. All right away, what I'm seeing here, there's a few things that can be going on. So, first and foremost, I feel like we're talking about love here, and I think that the people who chose group number 1 can be, I think it's A-type personalities, I think, who like things a certain way. I believe that this is a group of perfectionists, people who who are creatures of habit, who like things a certain way, and who will work hard to get what they want. And sometimes it seems like, you know, in the past you've been working hard. It seems like in relationships, for example, you work very, very hard. You give it your all, even sometimes to your own detriment, even if the relationship is not necessarily the most beneficial or the healthiest, the most functional relationship. You still will give it your all, and you will try and make things right. You'll look and see, examine, scrutinize, see what you can do to make the relationship work. And sometimes it doesn't always work to your benefit, because there are two people in a relationship and it takes two people to make things work. As we all know, it takes two to tango, all that good stuff. You know, you need to meet your partner halfway. And sometimes my group 1s can find themselves in a situation where they are the only ones doing the hard work. So in 2021, this is your kind of awakening here to let you know that 2021 is your year to kind of relax. Take it back to basics. Remember when things were simple. Okay, we can talk about relationship-wise, or we can just talk about life in general. When things were simple, take it back to those times, you know, when you were a little more carefree and you weren't so interested on controlling things or making things turn out the way you think they should. Because sometimes, even though you think something should turn out a certain way, or you want it to turn out a certain way, and you'll work your butt off to make sure it ends up that way, and it doesn't, and like it's an epic fail and a big door slams in your face, but really that door had to slam in your face so that you could embrace a new opportunity and get involved with something bigger and better. So sometimes even in relationships, when one relationship ends, no matter how hurtful it is, no matter how much heartache it causes you, you know, it's actual. Sometimes when the heartache is bad enough, it actually feels like physical pain, you know. Your heart literally feels like it's broken. But sometimes when that relationship ends, no matter how painful it is, you come out of it with so much wisdom. You've experienced a lot, you've hurt a lot, but you've also had good experiences, and you just come out a lot wiser. You know who you are a lot more, like more in depth than you did before. And sometimes that can even open up doors to an even better relationship, because next time when you get into the next relationship, you're going to know how to deal with that person more fairly. You're going to come to terms with what your boundaries are and realize what you will and will not accept. Because sometimes maybe in your past relationships, you took more than you should have, more crap from someone than you should have. Well, in your next relationship, you'll realize, okay, I'm not going to stand for this. Okay, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Here's the red flags that I'm going to look out for. So I feel like for you, 2021 is to take it back to basics. Take it back to simpler times. Don't force anything. Don't, you know, if you find like you have to force a situation, then chances are it's not the right one for you. And that's in love, and that's in any aspect of your relationship. Take things back to a simpler time. Reminisce about how you used to be, you know, not necessarily when you were younger, but when you first started dating. Or if you're in a long-term relationship and you're in kind of a bumpy situation, think about how it was when you all first met and how much you loved each other and the nice little things you did for each other. Maybe you went out on date night, you were more romantic, more affectionate. Reminisce on those times. Go back to those times to get inspiration for how to just kind of make a relationship flow and how to pour into each other's cups, and not always feel like you're like hitting a brick wall all the time, because I've sensed like that's what's been happening lately. And so that is your message here. Change and transition. Accept change. There's nothing wrong with change. Like a change, and when I say change, I mean change the way you've been doing things. Switch it up a little bit. Or you can also switch it up by not doing anything. Because this group looks like they're doers and they work hard, you can do a major switch up on the people you're with or the people who are around you by not doing anything. Just chill, relax, don't push so hard. Let people come to you for a change so you could see who's real. You can gauge their energy based on how they approach you. Okay, I know this group seems like they're go-getters, but sometimes the go-getters have to know when to kind of lay low. And 2021 should be your year to lay low. All right, let's look at the oracle cards, because we don't want this video to run too long. This one says, the wise woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise. I was just talking about that earlier when I was saying that when you leave certain relationships or certain situations that were maybe very painful for you to leave, or maybe even just painful for you to be in, you come out so much wiser. You come out stronger. Sometimes you come out feeling like you just got through a major battle or something, like you just went through a war. But out of that war comes so much wisdom, and not just wisdom about how you're going to deal with other people, but who you are as a person and who you want to be in a relationship, how you want people to receive you and how you want them to take you. You want them to take you seriously. You know, what will you accept from certain people? What's a deal breaker? That type of stuff. And when I talk about relationships, it doesn't have to just be romantic relationships. It can also be friendships. It could also be family members. Because when you go through situations with your family members or with your friends, that can cause serious heartache as well, right? It doesn't just have to be a romantic thing. So they're saying, you know, yes, integrity is important, but compromise is important, because you have to learn to be able to compromise with the person you're with, but you don't want to compromise yourself or your beliefs either. Okay, so we have a 21 here, we have a 3 here, those are both 3s. So I believe that is trying to tell you, like, something is being created with the change, with the transition. A new version of yourself is being born, is coming to fruition. And that is a wonderful thing. Like I said, with that comes lots of wisdom. All right, the next card we have here is a mystic healer. It says healing energy flows through you. Wow. So that could be something that you end up finding out about yourself in the year 2021. You can maybe be somebody who can heal others or heal the relationships that you are in. And maybe that's what you've been trying to do, is like fix certain relationships that you've been in, but maybe you've been going about it in the wrong way. So you do have a healing energy about you. You do have a lot of wisdom. You see the owl there. But now what you're being asked to do and nudged to do, encouraged to do, is to kind of heal a relationship by having more of a flowing energy, maybe like a more feminine energy instead of the more rigid masculine energy. So just kind of flow with things and don't force them as much. Use more of your intuition. When I see that crescent moon there, I think of intuition. So we're talking about a lot of wisdom, intuition in the year to come for this group. And when we talk about intuition, we also talk about, because then you'll be able to trust in yourself to make the right choices. You'll be able to use your intuition to decide when to push and when to lay low, you know? Let's see what else we got. Next card is the Badger. That is a nice card. Bring your life into balance. Archangels Mary and Sandalphon. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, bring your life into balance. So that's what I was just saying. Don't force too much. Don't push. Don't force any situation. That's what they're trying to say. If you have to push and force a situation too much, it might not be the situation for you. So in the year 2021, just let things happen as they should. Don't get too stressed out. Don't get too freaked out. Because that's when anxiety can build. A lot of people will have that type of personality where they're perfectionists and they want things to be a certain way. They also suffer quite often from things like anxiety and those things, because, you know, when it's not turning out as perfectly as they want, a relationship, a project, anything, it makes them nervous. It makes them feel freaked out. They don't know how to fix it or how to make it right. And that causes a whole plethora of issues after that. So to keep your mental health intact, bring your life into balance now by just flowing. Be like water, be fluid, don't force, think of simpler times, and heal yourself too. We talk about healing. Like if you've been hurt by situations in the past or relationships in the past, heal yourself as well in 2021. Take the time to not worry so much about the relationships and how you can fix them and make them better. Worry about yourself and how you feel about yourself and how you can fix your heartaches or your past, hurts or traumas. Make it more about you. I feel like that's what we're getting here. Wow. This card says the child. Remember I was telling you, embrace a simpler time. Like for a lot of people, the simpler times for them were their childhoods. Right? I know, like, for me, I think about my childhood. It was just so much fun. Times were so carefree. We used to play outside from morning until the, street lights came on. And then we were safe. We were outside all the time. No one bothered us. We used to ride around the neighborhood. And it was just a simple, carefree time. And I think about that as, like, maybe one of my happier times in my life, because we had nothing to worry about. And I think that's what you're being told to do, is to kind of look back in your childhood and remember what made things so nice and so free and so enjoyable to you, and embrace that energy again and be more flowing, more carefree. Children don't usually force things, you know, they usually kind of flow with situations and stuff like that. So that's why they're so forgiving in certain cases. So I feel like that's what you're being asked to do, is embrace more of your childlike energy, and not take things so seriously, or not try to force situations too much. Okay, the next oracle card says, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. So there you go. For 2021, being mindful, I think, is a huge thing for you as well for 2021. Like I said, just slowing down, not forcing things, being more fluid, and realizing that things are happening for you, not to you, kind of taking appreciation in every situation that comes to you, whether it doesn't feel so good or if it does feel so good, just having that gratitude. I feel like it's just, for group 1, a time where you just don't force anything. Don't force any of your relationships. Don't force any situations, no matter how much you want it to be a certain way, no matter how much you feel like, you know how to make it better. I think 2021 is the year for you to just calm yourself and enjoy life. Enjoy, like I said, simpler moments, and heal yourself, heal your heart from any past traumas, and let people come to you. Let people prove themselves to you. You don't always have to be doing the hard work. Let them do it. All right, the next card says, the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. There you go. So we're talking about you. You need to put you first in 2021. Relax, calm down, take a step back. Sometimes when you take a step back, then you're more able to see the bigger picture for what it is, and you can actually see people for who they are. You get to study them, and you get to watch and see how they operate, and you can pick the sense from the nonsense, as they say, and gain more wisdom from just taking a step back, concentrating on yourself, thinking of good moments, healing yourself, your mental health, those types of things, not fighting against and struggling against life so much. Let things happen sometimes as they naturally should. Laser beam. So we have this card here that says laser beam, and this is another 3. A 3 and a 9 is a 12, and a 12 breaks down to a 3. So laser beam vision, I'm saying you're going to create your own reality now. It may be a little bit of a switch up for you in 2021. Like we said, change and transition. It is going to be a bit of a switch for you, but it's something that is worth it for you, because I think you've been working really hard to make certain situations what you think they should be or what you would like them to be, and not that it hasn't been working for you, but it's not working as well as you would have liked them to. So for 2021, once again, laser beam, stay focused, okay? Maybe tunnel vision when it comes to you and your mental health and being able to handle certain situations, not feeling so anxious or like you're, working towards something and it's just not coming to fruition. Nothing is coming of it. Now is the time to just relax a bit, because you deserve it. Spirit of fire. All right, so this scenery here, I think of like fire energy. I think of candles. I think of sage. I think of Palo Santo. I think of things like frankincense and myrrh. And, even for, strangely enough, I'm hearing like essential oils. I'm getting the sense that you need to kind of do some reconnecting here. I feel like there could be a disconnect with you, group number 1. Recently probably feeling like nothing is working out for you, even though you work your butt off. It's not coming to fruition. It's not, turning out exactly the way you want it to. Well, spirit of fire, and I'm thinking you're very energetic type people. The spirit of fire, I'm thinking, is just telling you how to channel your fiery nature in a more positive light. Like I said, by calming your spirit down with things like candles, like using that fiery energy to a more positive turning it into a more positive situation for yourself, and giving you, like, so you can benefit more from that fire energy. This card says, life's, can you see it? Life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. Okay, so I think this is definitely talking about relationships for a lot of you. Love relationships, not necessarily romantic relationships, but relationships that you've been working on in the past that you usually, not usually, but you've ended up in heartache, that have ended up in heartache because it's like you're not getting the same reciprocity from, you know, the other person. It's like you're putting in 90%, they're putting in 45, and it's just not working. And the less they do, the more you try. And it's like you're not getting anywhere from this. So it says life's greatest victories are won on the fields of love. The love has to do with you now, the self-love. Okay, because you have to love yourself enough to know when to back out and back down and kind of like not quit, but just take a little breather and let them do the work and see what their intentions are, you know, towards you. How do they really feel about you in this relationship that you, or friendship that you all are in? Okay, and the last oracle card we have here for this reading, group number 1, is, it says, the inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. So they're saying that your angels are there with you. They are helping to guide you through any discomfort, through the change and transition that you're going to be going through in 2021. Where was it? The other card here has the crescent card, like I said before. That makes me think of intuition. So I feel like 2021, when you start getting more in touch with yourself and taking a time out, putting yourself on timeout, you'll get more in touch with your intuition and just more in touch with yourself in general, your likes and your dislikes, what you will and will not settle for. And you'll gain a lot of wisdom this year. I feel like it's going to be like you making moves in silence type of thing. You're doing a lot of inner work, but 2021 is going to be a year of a lot of change for you. And I'm talking about positive change, change that will elevate you and make you a better version of yourself. So group number 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope something I said resonated with you. And I wish you all the best for the rest of the year of 2021. Until we see each other again, take care, guys. Bye. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who chose pile number 2, this is your reading. This is a message to you from the Divine Father. Any of the masculine energies that you identify with, that you resonate with, or that you call on in your time of need. This is the card you chose. And this says, you are protected. Archangel Michael. Thank you, Michael, for surrounding me with your protective light. Wow, that's nice. All right, so this is your message, your main message, your overall message for 2021 is that you are being protected. So any decisions that you make in your life, the outcome will be a good one because you are protected by those who love and care for you in the spiritual realm. Could be ancestors, could be the angels, but it could be also your spirit guides. I'll call them your spirit team. Yeah, so let's see what else we got with the tarot cards, okay? The first one we got is the Moon card. Second is the Lovers, and the Devil. All right, now, got some juicy business going on. So these are messages for the year of 2021. Already, right away, what I see here is this is about any relationships that you are in. I think these are for people who are already in a relationship by the looks of it, but we'll clarify with some oracle cards. I think 2021 will be a year for you to make some decisions. I think maybe the relationship you are in currently is one that maybe you feel a little bit stuck, or you feel a little bit, let's say, shackled or held back by not necessarily the person that you're with, maybe a situation. It could be the person, but it could also be the situation. It could be a situation of, you know, you're with this person because of a long history that you have together, and that's what's shackling you, that's what's binding you. You could be in a situation where you have children together and you've been together for a long time, so you feel obligated to be with this person. As you can see, these two in this card, these cards don't show up that great on camera, guys, sorry. These two people here are being shackled to the devil. The devil can represent any kind of negative situation, negative habits, can even represent addictions, that type of stuff. You could also be in a relationship where there's some kind of codependency going on there. And I think like in the year 2021, you are going, if you haven't already, you're going to start examining your relationship and seeing what part you play in the relationship not being what you want it to be. You're going to look at yourself and decide if your relationship that you are in right now is worth saving or if it's time to move on. I feel like you're going to come to the conclusions about your relationship through self-awareness and kind of scrutinizing yourself, your behaviors, any of your addictions, any of your bad behaviors. Because even though you're in a relationship with this person, like we know a relationship is half and half, and you both bring things to the table, but you also both bring your bad habits to the table, your addictions, your traumas, any of those types of things to the table. So now 2021 is going to be the year that you look at your I would say negative behaviors or things that could kind of maybe sabotage relationships. You can look at not even necessarily that. You could look at what's making you feel stuck in the relationship. Maybe if you're an adventure seeker, you like to travel, and you are in a relationship with somebody who's more sedentary, someone who likes to stay still. Maybe you're a traveler and you like to be in a you are in a relationship with somebody who's sedentary and likes to stay still and doesn't want to travel. Maybe then you can feel stuck, more stifled. I'm definitely seeing this is not just any kind of relationship. This is a love relationship, because we can see here each of these cards has two beings in it. So I feel like 2021 will be a year where you'll have to kind of do some soul searching type of things. Yeah, so 2021 is going to be a year soul searching for you. A lot of questions are going to be raised. I feel like there could also be some type of circumstance where someone, maybe you, are not being completely honest with the person that you're in a relationship with. Like you're hiding something, you're trying to keep something hidden in a sense. But I feel like 2021 will be the year that you actually come to terms with it and, either fix the situation or tell the truth to your partner, like come clean. But something is going to come to light in the year 2021, and it'll be for everybody's betterment. Okay, so let's look at these oracle cards. We have here the Spiral Dancer. It says Circuitous, Root, and Perception. Like I was saying, perception, this is the time when you're going to do some soul searching, scrutinizing. You're going to take a step back and look at your relationship and see what part you play in any negative ongoings, in the relationship. Maybe the relationship is not working, or maybe you've been in a few relationships that haven't worked. Now you're going to sit and you're going to look at yourself and see what part you play in that. Maybe you could be self-sabotaging. Maybe you could be sabotaging the relationship because of past traumas or fears, from your childhood. Maybe even that's how deep it goes, we don't even realize it sometimes. Maybe you're being dishonest with somebody that you're in a relationship with because you have a certain view of relationships that you've carried from your childhood. This is the year. This is the year where you're going to come out with it and you're going to set things straight and be somebody that is more forthcoming with the person you're in a relationship with. Okay, next. This one says, reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. So I'm getting this kind of vibes here, y'all, about transformation. in both of these cards, we see butterflies, and we know butterflies usually mean things like physical transformation, spiritual transformation, emotional transformation. It's just you going from being that creepy little caterpillar, no, not creepy, that little caterpillar, to this beautiful butterfly, and it takes transformation, and it's a path, and it's a journey. Yeah, so transformation is definitely key for you in 2021 where your relationship is concerned. We also see the spiral here. That's the same type of energy I get whenever I see the spiral, is that there's going to be some kind of change, some kind of transformation. So I think there'll be a transformation with how you approach your relationship. But I feel like something is going to come to light in 2021. It's either something you are doing that you're keeping in the dark, or it's something that your partner is doing that he or she is keeping in the dark. And 2021 will be the year where it all comes to light. And it will be for betterment, like I said. But most importantly, no matter what comes to light, whatever happens in your relationships, this year you have to understand that you are protected. You are protected. Okay, so the next card is the Pig. This says maintain self-worth and self-esteem. All right, so no matter how you feel with what it is that's going on, see, this is what I'm saying. I'm starting to get the feeling like maybe you are doing something in your relationship. Maybe you're not being as honest with your spouse or your partner as you should be, or you're just not as honest in relationships when you get into them as you should be. And you have some kind of negative feelings about yourself and who you really are. Maybe you don't want to share that with people. Well, now's the time to deal with your feelings of self-worth. Maybe you don't feel you're worthy of a certain type of relationship or a certain type of person. Maybe you feel like you're not good enough for the person you're with. So first you need to maintain a certain level of self-esteem. You have to work towards that. And if you're having those types of feelings of feeling less than somebody else, that's also something that you're going to have to examine in 2021 to become more forthcoming in your relationships. Okay, the next card is... Why are they stuck together? Okay, the next card is the Blade. All right, so what I'm kind of getting, it goes along with the Devil. This has to do with a great severing. A severing of things that bind you, things that are holding you back, things that are keeping you stagnant, things that are holding you down. Think of ropes tying somebody up and, either holding them down, keeping them stuck, and the feelings that come from that, like claustrophobic feelings, anxiety, those types of things. So I feel like, and as we can see, both of these cards are a number 6. And for me, that deals with things like harmony and balance and home and relationships and those types of things. So I think that 2021 will be the year that you kind of cut the nonsense, cut the foolishness, and decide to come correct with yourself first and foremost, and then with your partners. Because when I think of the moon, I think of you and your intuition. I think of you and your shadow self, something that you are keeping from others. And this is the time that you are going to become more forthcoming with the people who you are in love with or in relationships with. Okay, the next card says, I am the dreamer of my dream. Okay, so that also comes into connection with the moon. When I think of the moon, I think of dreams. Once again, intuition, and also things that are being hidden. So maybe in your dreams, for example, you are dreaming of you making your situation right, and maybe you don't have the strength or the courage. You're apprehensive about how to go about making things right for yourself, and it just seems like it would be a dream to be in a relationship where you weren't held back or bound by anything. 2021 is the year. 2021 is the year where, as this card says, you will reach your destination. You will be your true self. Okay, you'll finally be illuminated. Like the same way I see a lot of things that are holding you and binding you. If you look at these cards, I see a lot of things, and the theme seems to be illumination. So gaining knowledge, bringing things to the truth. Whereas the moon is a card, if you think of the moon, you think of nighttime when things are shaded and dark. You don't always get to see everything. Whereas when you think of the sun, nothing can be hidden because there are very few shadows. And it seems to me that's the theme here in all of your cards. That there's a lot of light, a lot of illumination coming to you in 2021. So that's a good thing. You know, you're coming correct. You're being your true self. You're exposing your true self to the people around you, not because you're trying to like make things difficult for yourself, but because you love the people you're with, and most importantly, you love yourself, and you want to live a more authentic life and be an unapologetic version of yourself, of who you are. All right, I see here, obstacles are detours in the right direction. So yes, something is holding you back in your relationships. Maybe you, and I think, to be honest, I think group number 2 knows what is holding them back in the relationships, why the relationships always go a certain way, or why the relationship that they're in right now is going a certain way. It's has a lot to do with them and their inside, how they're feeling emotionally, their mental health, some traumas from, you know, the past, those types of things. Maybe somebody hurt you, and this is, and don't get it twisted. Like, don't be misunderstood here. That, like, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you are at fault in any way, but I am saying that 2021 will be the year that you kind of put the onus on yourself and decide to maybe heal yourself from any traumas, or decide to kind of like take a different perspective, handle your relationships in a different way, cut ties from negative behavior and habits that are holding you back or hurting the people who are around you. Because although this relation, like these cards, like I said, they involve somebody else, I think it's you who's going to be doing the soul searching in 2021. I think you are going to come to terms with whatever is holding you back and binding you in 2021. And ultimately, it will be you who is illuminated and who gains lots of wisdom in the year 2021 as well. Okay, the next card says, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. Yeah, so I absolutely get that sense that in 2021, when you finally do, you know, that house cleaning, that kind of spring cleaning that nobody really wants to do, but you know, at the end of it all, you're gonna feel so much better. Your house is gonna be nice and free and clean, no clutter, none of that kind of stuff. Once you finally do that and you kind of clean the house and you get rid of all the cobwebs and all the skeletons in the closet and the dust bunnies here, there, and everywhere, once you do that, the illumination will be great, the abundance will flow, and you will have much healthier and more wholesome relationships. There you go. Look at this. It says answering the call. Look at that rainbow there. I also feel like, and I was going to say this before, but I wasn't sure if I should say, but I feel like for some, this could be the year when we address our sexuality with the people we're in relationships with. Because maybe some of you are not being as authentic as you would like to be. When I see the rainbow, that's what I think of. And that's exactly what I was going to say before I got this card, but I didn't say it. But some of you maybe could be living a lie in a sense because you're scared of what other people will think or say about you. So that's why your relationships haven't been going very well, because you're not being true to who you are with regards to your sexuality. Now's the time. 2021, you are protected. Your angel is telling you, but now's the time to answer the call. Not for other people so much, but more so for yourself, because you need to live a life where you're more true to who you are. This says, we have forgotten that the natural foe to life is not a distant death, but a present in the moment detachment from living your most authentic self. Okay, so you have to, as painful as it might be, as uncomfortable as it might be, to kind of open up and show people who you really are. It's a necessary evil, because you won't be able to live life. You just won't be able to live. You will be too busy worrying about hiding whatever it is you're trying to hide, or, like, it just won't be you. You will never get to show people who you really and truly are, and that will be a big shame, a huge shame, because you've got a lot of light in you. You've got a lot of light, and you're capable of great things, and that's what I see here. Lots and lots of light. So we just need to kind of come to terms with what it is we need to fix and do it bit by bit. Get the courage, get in touch with yourself, love yourself, know your self-worth. And if people want to judge you based on who you are, then to hell with them at the end of the day. You have to be you, okay? And the last oracle card that I pulled up here says, count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. So there you go. Like I was saying, you are illuminated. Like, you have a bright energy. You are blessed. And you're blessed to actually kind of tune in and heed this call for you to let go, drop the facade. Don't stop trying to keep up appearances with other people. Stop worrying about what other people are going to think or what they're going to say about who you really and truly are. Now is the time. Be grateful for yourself. Love yourself. Step up, step out, and sever anything that is holding you back. You are protected. And you know what? You are worth living a true life. You're worth it. You're worth being your true self. And sharing that with other people, because you will be an inspiration to others. Absolutely. So group number 2, I wish you all the best. This was a wonderful reading. In the year 2021 is the time that you need to look within and be proud of who you are and make all the wrongs right so that you can live a life that is more pleasing to you. And I wish you all the best. Thank you for tuning in. Until we see each other again. Bye. Peace, everyone. Thank you for coming back and joining me on my channel today. For those of you who chose this pile, this is pile number 3. You chose this card here, which is Transformation, Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. Okay, I don't know if that's how you really pronounce it, if it is Zadkiel. If it's not, I apologize. But what I get, like, I'm getting that sense, like that vibe from a lot of these readings, that 2021 will definitely be a year of transformation and change and kind of switching it up, considering the kind of year we had with 2020. Yeah, I feel like it's going to throw a lot of people off, because some of us are creatures of habit and we like things a certain way, or else sometimes we can't even function. But I do believe whatever changes and transformations do come about, it will be for all of our betterment and all of our elevation spiritually. I also get the sense that 2021 is going to be a year for a lot of like spiritual awakenings, and we will get in touch more with gratitude and looking at what's more important in life, instead of kind of dwelling on things that maybe we've come to the conclusion that they didn't really matter in the first place, and just appreciating what we have when we have it. All right, so let's get into the tarot cards. Okay, let's see what's going on with group number 3. All right, so we got the Chariot in reverse. We've got the 9 of Wands upright, and we've got the Emperor in reverse. All right, so some of you could be Aries here, maybe, perhaps. I don't usually like saying that, like with the zodiac signs, because there are certain zodiac signs that are that go along with tarot cards. I don't like doing that, because some people who are new to pick a card readings or tarot cards may think, okay, if it has to do with Aries, then it doesn't pertain to me. And so that's not the truth. This pertains to whoever chooses to tune into this reading at whatever time they tune into it. So, but what I do get from this card immediately is that a feeling of being stuck. I feel like no matter, and this seems to be like a real theme in the readings here. I'm realizing that you're feeling that no matter what efforts you put forth, whatever it is you do, you could be working on a relationship, it could be work, it could be working on yourself, it could be trying to get ahead in life with, like materially speaking, material things like, you know, having enough money to buy a house or to kind of like level up in your life. No matter how much you're trying, it's like you're just not going anywhere. You're at a standstill and you feel like nothing is happening, but you're putting in so much effort and you're feeling beaten up and you're feeling weary and you're feeling like, okay, I'm about to give up on this whole situation because it's just not working. No matter how much I try, it's just not working. So I do feel like 2021 will be a year where you will switch it up and a transformation will occur. You will switch up the way you approach certain situations in your life. So what I see here from these cards is, yes, you are a hard worker. Yes, you are determined. Yes, you are motivated, but you need to, I'm just trying to fix these cards, guys. They're just crooked. You need to examine the way you've been doing things and realize that there's not enough planning going on. There's not enough planning, or you need to start from scratch and come up with a new plan on how to execute whatever it is you want in life. So start from scratch, go back to the drawing board. And you don't have to completely like reinvent the wheel, but you can bring in certain things that you were doing before. But 2021 will be the year where you kind of think outside the box, take a different perspective, a new fresh perspective, because this perspective is tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say that this is your present and this is what you're doing right now. This man looks tired. Okay, he looks exhausted. He looks tired of being tired, basically. And I think that's where you're at, because nothing is progressing, and that's very frustrating. So instead of giving up on whatever it is you're trying to work hard towards, be it a new job, starting a new career, starting a new business, working on some kind of new project, or leveling up, like materially speaking, like I said before, new house, new car, having enough money, or saving, instead of starting from scratch and just like throwing everything away, that's not what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to modify whatever it is you're doing right now. Be more strategic in what it is you're doing right now. Have a better plan. If you have to go and write things down, then do that. Do little bits at a time. Overcome little obstacles every day. Don't take on big chunks of a project to overwhelm yourself. You need to be strategic in your movements, okay? There's not enough planning, and that's what's keeping you stuck. The hard work ethic that you have is amazing, but it's not going to get you anywhere if you don't have a plan to execute, you know, all of those wonderful, hardworking aspects of yourself. You need to unleash it, yes, but you have to know what direction you're going in. Okay, and so let's look at the oracle cards and see if we can get a little more clarification. All right, so here you go. It says the cosmos. It says creativity and vastness. We have a 41 here. That's a 5, and that usually signifies like some kind of change. As we see here in the first card, we talk about transformation, which means changing something, switching it up, and not staying stagnant. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I think you are being asked to be more creative with your planning as well. Like I said, think outside the box. Approach a project or a new business venture in a way that you would have never imagined doing it. So become creative. Think of things different in a different way, a different perspective than you usually would. And then you'll see different results. You could also speak to other people as well. To get a different perspective on how you should proceed. It doesn't mean you're going to do exactly what they say, but it's also very good to get, you know, a fresh perspective on things. Because if something is tired and like you've been doing it over and over again and to no avail, then maybe you just need some fresh new blood, new ideas, you know, new energy into the project. So consult your friends, And for some advice, those who you trust to give you good advice and sound advice, go to them and ask them what they think. The next card says, overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. And you remember I said that earlier with this card here. What they're trying to tell you is overcome little obstacles by little obstacle by little obstacle. Baby steps, bit by bit. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't take on too much, because this is when you get that feeling. You feel beat up and things are not the way you want them to be. It doesn't look quite right. It's not working out the way you'd hoped, because you take on too much. And then when you don't achieve, then you start getting anxious, then you start getting frustrated, then you start feeling beat up and like you're wasting your energy to no avail, like nothing is coming of it. So you can overcome anything. So you will become successful with whatever plan or undertaking you have in your mind in the year 2021, but you just got to approach it from a different perspective now. Try something else and you'll get the ball rolling. The wheels will start turning, but you just have to change your approach. All right, let's see the next card. The whale. Can you see that? It's very shiny. Okay. The whale. Live as a fully conscious being. Okay, so to me that says be aware of what it is you're doing. Look at what you've been doing and come to terms with why it's not working. Sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. If you've been doing something for a long time, you feel like you're on the right path, you're working hard, you're putting in a lot of effort, and you know the goal that you have in mind, like you're very goal oriented, but it's not happening. Well, that's when you need to actually sit back and look at what you need to fix, what needs to transform. Is it you, the way you've been doing things, or is it your planning? What is it? Is it the people that you're in touch with, the people who are surrounding you, who are holding you back if you're working with a partner, in a certain business or in a certain project? You need to kind of look around you and take stock of what's going on in your life and see who or what is holding you back, and if it in fact could be you, and go back to the drawing board and become more strategic. Put things on paper. Pen and paper are important. Journal if you want, but I'm talking about coming out with a proper blueprint. If you want to get a house, if you want to get a car, write down how much you're going to save every month, how much money you're going to put aside every month, and stick to it. Don't do any kind of wishy-washy planning. You have to have like strategic, concrete, hardcore planning to get the results that you want and not feel as beaten up. All right, so this is called the ghost dance. All right, so for the ghost dance, what I get from the ghost dance is you have to be more fluid. You have to be more fluid in your planning. Like I was saying, take a more creative approach. Try something different. Shake things up a little bit. If you're used to approaching your work in this way, and it's not working, and you feel like you're not getting the outcome that you want, like the amount of effort that you're putting into it is not, the payback doesn't equal the amount of effort that you're putting in, then you need to approach it from a different perspective. Be more fluid or more open to a more creative way of doing things. And then, like, what I mean by that is getting advice from other people, trying different ways of achieving whatever goal it is you have, and then being more strategic with what it is you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. The next card is, there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. Like I just said, if you have a group around you of close friends, people who you trust, go to them for different ways for their advice, and they can give you maybe different ways that you can achieve whatever it is you want in life, whatever plans you have, big goals you have in mind that you want to achieve. You can go to people and ask for their advice, and because they're standing on the outside looking in, they can probably see some of your pitfalls, but maybe they didn't want to tell you before, to make you feel like a failure. But they can provide good feedback for you. They can provide, a good sense of guidance for you and let you know, okay, maybe don't go this way so much, go the other way and see what happens. So use the people around you who love and care for you, who you trust, and they will definitely help to guide you in the right direction to be able to achieve your goals in a less like labor intensive way. The next card is, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. All right, so just get on track, get on your path, go to the people who you love and you care about, like I said in this card here. Also, with this card, I feel like you may feel like you want to give up on your dreams, on your dream house, or saving a certain amount of money, in your bank for the year, or starting a new project or a new business. You may feel like giving up sometimes, but you also need to remember why you wanted to do this in the first place, why you fell in love with the idea of having your dream home or driving that wonderful luxury car that you've always wanted to, or starting up that business. Why did you want to do that in the first place? You need to get back on track with that too and not lose heart. And remember that it meant something to you at the beginning to make you want to start it in the first place. So you need to continue, persevere, and overcome any obstacles that come in your way. You just got to think of a different way of doing it. A hairball. Hairball. Okay. Okay, this card, hairball, which is again a number 5, which signifies like change, transformation, those types of things for this reading especially. And when you think of a hairball, you think of something that is stuck. When you think about how a cat tries to get rid of a hairball, it's something that is just stuck. And I think that's what the situation it feels like for you right now, is that this is your hairball. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve right now is your hairball. You just got to come to a different way of trying to expel that hairball. You have to come to a different way of trying to get it out there. So if you have a business and it's not working, you're not getting as much profit as you would like, from this business that you've just started, you can go to a friend who either has a business or someone who has watched your struggle, and they could give you maybe a different perspective on how to not be stuck and to kind of get to the next level in your business. That's an example. I just feel like this reading here so far is talking about transformation, because you've gotten to a stalemate, like a plateau, and nothing is moving. And your thing now is to figure out how to get the ball rolling again. In 2021, you will find out how to get the ball rolling again, but it will be through transformation. It will be through change, doing things differently than you've done it before. So you won't feel so broken down and beaten down at the end of the day. Like they say, work smarter, not harder. That's going to be your motto for 2021. Get things done by being more strategic and planning, instead of using so much like brute force or so much of your energy. Once again, tribal spirit dancer, the ghost dance. We have 2 things talking about dancing here. And I feel like it's just you becoming more fluid and being more creative. Don't be afraid to approach your situation from a more creative standpoint, and not feeling so boxed into doing things only one way and one way only. You are going to come to the realization that you can get to the same goal, but by doing things from in a different way, a completely different way, thinking outside of the box, that type of stuff. You will come to that realization in the year 2021. And you will be successful. Whatever it is you're looking to any undertaking that you're interested in the year 2021, you will be successful. You just got to be willing to change. And then when you change, then you'll, start from scratch. Okay, cool, no problem. I can start from scratch, because you're good at overcoming, obstacles. You are a hard worker. You start from scratch. Cool. Now you got to get your plan in order. You got to take paper to pen, and you got to execute a plan. And then you got to stick to the plan, which I don't think you have a problem with, because I think you are pretty good at that kind of stuff. You want to get it, you want to get things moving. You want the movement. You're just feeling stuck right now. This card says, by refusing to bend on our values, we become unbreakable, solid and stable, courageous and certain men and women of valor, worth, and character. Let us build a life we are proud of. Oh, so that's you. You're really trying to build a life that you are proud of, where you feel accomplished, where you feel comfortable, where you can feel like, yeah, I did that. I worked hard. I built my business. I did it from the ground up. And, that's a wonderful, honorable, admiral type thing. But no man is an island, and I do believe you have a plethora of people around you who can help you in many different ways to better your business, better yourself, be more strategic in your movements, but you just got to use them. And believe me, they will help you in ways that, like, they'll come at you from a different perspective, like, well, why don't you try this? And you'll be like, oh, I never thought of that before. Okay, let me give it a try. And it will work. It will work. Because we can get so set in our ways, the way we achieve certain things. Tunnel vision is something that can help us, but it can also be something that can hinder us. If you're so set on your goal that you only know one way to achieve that goal, what if that's not working anymore? Then you think, okay, nothing's going to happen, and you just become stuck because you don't know how else to get to that goal. Well, when you start talking to people around you and asking for their advice, they will let you know different ways, different avenues to take to achieve your goal in life. And then it's up to you now to execute it. All right, the last oracle card for group number 3 is this one. The miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Like I said before, with the dancer and ghost dance, become more fluid, not so rigid in achieving your goals one way and one way only. Like I said, further on back here, creativity. Become more creative in the way you want to achieve your goals. Think outside the box. Realize that there's many different ways to achieving your goal, not just the one way that you've been, exploring. I'm just looking at the numbers here. Okay, yeah. So you need to kind of explore the different avenues, open up to your creativity, become more fluid, and that will guide you towards a plan. Now, when you come to that plan, now is when you become so strategic. Now is when you become tunnel vision in creating a proper plan for yourself to achieve your goals. And then will you find the movement towards your goals, and you will be successful. You absolutely will be successful, and you'll become more wise for it too. You'll become better for it because you would have learned so much more about yourself, achieving your goals in a way that you never thought possible. And it's a wonderful thing. So for those of you who chose group number 3, that was your reading. I hope something I said resonated with you. 2021 is going to be a really life-changing year for you, for the better, of course, and I wish you all the best. So thank you for tuning in with me. I hope to see you soon. Bye. Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again. For those of you who chose the last pile, that's pile number 4. This is your reading. This is your message from your divine father, and that means any energies, masculine energies that you resonate with, could be your angels, your spirit guides, anybody that you call on in times of need, when you're stressed out or when you need support. That is who's coming through today. Okay, so this card says, shine your light, Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. You may have been hiding. I'm feeling like not necessarily in hiding, but you probably have been not letting your true authentic self show recently. And I think 2021 will be the year that you come through and show everybody who you really and truly are. You'll get a chance to be your true, authentic self, however that looks to you, whatever that means to you, and live a more fulfilling life in the year 2021. So let's start with our tarot cards here and see what else we can see about what's going on. All right, Eight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. All right, so how I'm feeling is that, like, what I'm getting from this is that something is causing you to lose sleep at night. And like I was saying, you haven't been living, I don't think, from what I'm getting here, you haven't been living your authentic life. You haven't been showing your real self to the people who are around you, the people who you are involved with. And it's causing you a lot of unease. It's affecting your mental health. And I feel like there's something that someone in this group has to get, something that you have to get off your chest. And you're not quite sure how to do it. But it's like I get a sense of like feeling like you need to come clean. Like we see here with the Eight of Swords. When it's upright, Eight of Wands, sorry. When it's upright, these wands are sailing through the air. There's nothing to hold them back. There's nothing to resist them. They're dynamic. They're flowing through the air with, the sky is clear. There are no birds getting in their way or no clouds, nothing. But because it's reversed, I'm getting the sense that something is hindering you. Something is hindering you right now from being your true self or opening up. I feel like you're holding back, maybe hiding something. Like I said here, shining your light. And 2021 will be the year that you get your breakthrough. It'll be the year that you decide to come clean, in a sense, with who you are, because you realize that, you want to live a life that's true to you. And I think you've gotten to the point where you're just sick of not being yourself, and you realize how amazing you really are. This all stems from self-love. And once you come to terms with how freaking amazing you are, then you're going to be okay with showing your true self to people. You won't feel the need to hide anymore. Let's look at the oracle cards and see what else we have. We have the Horse King, assistance and control. I do believe 2021 will be the year where you take control of your life and who you are and who you present yourself as and the person you show to everybody. 42 ends up being a 6, and for me that talks a lot about harmony. And I believe that, yes, you're going to bring harmony into your life in 2021, but I also see the word assistance here. Assistance meaning you're going to use those around you who love and care for you. There's a 6 here that shows harmony, and you are going to come to this harmony in your life where you won't have sleepless nights anymore with the assistance of those around you, people who you trust and who love you. This king is great, but he can only get through this pathway and overcome a lot of these obstacles on his journey with the aid of his horse. So, this is going to be you this year. You're going to get a lot of help. Maybe you are somebody who doesn't like to take a lot of help from people. Maybe you're somebody who is very proud and who likes, to seem like you're in control. Well, this is the year that you are going to get help from the people around you. And through them will you come to your breakthrough and realize that, yes, you are worthy of people taking you seriously. You are worthy of, being out in the open and living a more authentic life, because whatever it is that you're holding in is causing you a lot of mental anguish. And it's something that you need to address, because it will affect your mental health for years to come if you don't deal with it now. But from this reading so far, shining your light, you're being encouraged from the Archangel Uriel to open up and show everybody who you really and truly are. Not just for them to know who you really truly are, but for you to feel more secure and more happy with who you are. and to prove to yourself that yes, you are worthy of everybody seeing you for, for you. The next card we have here is answering the call. The time is now. Answering the call and the time is now is showing that now is the time to come out with it. Just come clean, set the record straight. Now is the time that you're going to get your breakthrough. It could be something so simple as, a hobby that you want to pursue, and maybe you were nervous about telling the people around you, that you want to try and, I don't know, become a YouTuber or something, and maybe in your family they'll look down upon you for that. And it could be something as serious as maybe the type of lifestyle that you want to live. Maybe you want to introduce your family to your same-sex partner. It could be, any of those things that will affect your mental health. And this is the year that you decide to come out with it. They're telling you that the time is now. Don't waste any more time. You deserve to live a life where you are your true self, and nobody else should affect that. Nobody should say whether or not you do this or this is acceptable or that is not acceptable. It's what you feel. And 2021 is the year. No more hiding. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, I feel like you're hiding from something or hiding something from somebody. And now is the time to kind of let go of that hiding. You're better than that. You are way too good for that. The next card says sheep. There. Sheep. Act with fortitude and cooperation. Like I said before, when we were talking about the horse and the king, go to your friends, those around you, your loved ones, those who support you, the ones who have your back and have your best interests at heart for help. You can actually, if you have a confidant, use them to your benefit to kind of get the support and help nudge you when you feel nervous and maybe you take one step forward and you take two backward. If you have that support system there, then you'll have the courage to get back out there again. Or, when you get, opposition or somebody says something to you that's negative and you feel like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, you get knocked down. Use those people around you who love you and care for you to help lift you back up. Okay, because 2021 is a year of authenticity. You have to be your authentic self. You just have to. Life is too short, and we don't want to squander the time that we have here worrying about what other people think or how they're going to react to whatever it is we want to do in our lives. Okay, the next card is Fire. That's a nice card. And it's a 19, a 1 and a 9 transforms into a 10, right? And the 10 becomes a 1. So this is your beginning here, okay? Your soul is on fire. This is your new beginning. You need to look at the fire. Look at the fire energy. You need to do it. This is the fire under your butt. Okay, if I could put it that way. The 1 signifies a new beginning, but the fire is the energy that you're going to need to use. You're going to need to embody to overcome this. And the breakthrough is one thing, but the next part is executing that breakthrough. Now is the time to come clean, even if it is something like you want to, like, for example, let's say you have a family who wants you to be a doctor. And you've decided that your spirituality is the way to go and you would like to become a Reiki master, a Reiki practitioner. And they'll look down on you for that because it's not traditional medicine. Well, now is the time that, you got to tell them about it. If you're going to pursue it, you need to reveal that to them this year so that you won't feel like this at the end of the day. You won't wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety, worrying about what people are going to say about you, how they're going to perceive you for what you want to do with your own life. And it's not something you have to dump in somebody's lap either. It could be something that, you take, like I said, little baby steps, bit by bit. You explain to them how you're feeling. You don't want to put anybody in shock either, because these are also people you care about that you could be revealing these things to. The next card says, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need When I'm ready to speak up, oh my goodness, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So tune in to the energies around you. It says the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up. Now is the time to speak up for yourself. So tune into the energies, the fire energies. Think of the passion behind whatever it is you want to achieve in life, what makes your heart sing, what gives you, drive, and what gives your life purpose. Employ some of that fire energy, and don't back down. Don't back down. If you're being your true authentic self, nobody should be able to come in between you and your life purpose or what brings you joy. Don't back down, but then you don't have to actually shove something down the person's throat that you're trying to reveal yourself to. But like I said, you have to be graceful with them, but don't hide who you are anymore. Now is not the time. 2021 is the time to be true to yourself and to those around you. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I could see what is of the highest good. There you go. Your perception is everything. What is of the highest good? At the end of this card, it should be so that you can see what is of the highest good to me, because this is what we're concentrating on. What is of your highest good? What is the highest good to you? How are you, your most authentic version of yourself? That's what you want. When are you the happiest? When do you feel the fullest? When do you feel like the most accomplished? When do you feel just the most true to who you are? What are you doing? What kind of life are you living at that point? That's who you need to be. That's what they're telling you. Shine your light. Please don't dim yourself because you're afraid of what other people will say or think. This card says that you need to have compassion when it's time to forgive. You are going to have to forgive a lot of people. When you let people see who you really are, they may be harsh towards you. They may not accept you. But if it's people you love, if they do come back to you with an apology, that's when it's going to be even hard now. It's going to be a hard thing for you to do, but you're going to have to learn to forgive as well. This says magnanimous me. So yeah, it's just you. This is just like a total confirmation that you are an amazing person. You are a dope person. You are somebody who needs to shine your light and make yourself seen to other people authentically. And like I said, don't dim yourself for anybody. Know who you are. Accept and acknowledge your greatness and realize that it doesn't need to be kept in the shadows. Okay, it may not look like everybody else's greatness, but it is indeed greatness. All right. Prayer feather. So something you could do to help bring you some ease of mind while you are, coming to terms with how you're going to reveal yourself or your desires to the people around you who may judge you. You can go to other people for help, like what we were saying before, but you could also pray. That's a good way to get some kind of comfort. You see, this is at night. The person is in bed. Instead of holding her head, wondering what's happening, what's going to happen, and losing sleep, this is the time where you can pray. This is the time where you can meditate. When I see feathers, I also think of ancestors. This is the time where you can try and get in touch with your ancestors, with the spiritual world, to get comfort and guidance, because they always have your back. Let's see, what else? This one says, we must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. So this goes back to the fire energy. Don't back down. Don't back down from your true self and your true calling, your true purpose, the kind of life you want to live, who you really want to be, what you want to achieve in life. Do not back down from that because of others' expectations of you. They have their own journey that they're on, and you have your own journey. And who's to say what journey is better than the other? So 2021 is the year for you to step it up. Step it up and step out and shine your light. Let people know who you are. Don't be afraid. I mean, it is a scary undertaking. It can be quite intimidating, but just know that at the end of it all, when you do reveal yourself, you're going to be that much stronger and that much more wise because of it. Sorry guys for the background noise. My children are here. And the last oracle card we have here is honoring your feelings. Archangel Haniel, thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. There you go. So don't feel ashamed of how you're feeling or whatever it is you want to achieve in life. Don't try and hide it anymore. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, I feel like you're hiding something, maybe hiding your true self from the world. Now is the time not to do that. Now is the time to be open about who you are, how you feel, your purpose, what you want to achieve in life, how you want to live your life. And don't let anybody make you feel ashamed of that. Honor your feelings. Be true to yourself. That is how you honor your feelings. It's by being true to how you're feeling. Acknowledge your feelings. Be proud of how you're feeling. As long as you're not hurting anyone else and you feel like you're answering your highest calling, you're being the best version of yourself, no one should be able to come in between you and that, right? Because at that point, that's between you and your creator, you and your God. So, wow, 2021 will be the year for you. It'll be a year of transformation. It'll be a year where you finally decide to come out and let everybody know who you are. So that's your reading group number 4. I wish you all the best. Thank you for tuning in. Take care until we see each other again. Bye, guys.